Okay, so I think the thing with cryptocurrency, we actually trialed cryptocurrency, I think, back in 2013. At the time, there was quite early days. It was established, but it was not. It just didn't take off for us, for what our customers felt they needed at the time. And I think the real question is for us is, why aren't companies using cryptocurrency? Of course, if the demand's there, then we're constantly looking into it. We're talking with people about it, but it's one of those things that when we look at all our feature set and what we're doing, it's something that keeps bubbling up. And then when people really say, well, what do they really need? Like cryptocurrency keeps coming up as a popular thing, but not something that people say with this, it's all gonna take off for us. And I think the other thing is people receiving cryptocurrency. So you need to, if your employees are all have Bitcoin accounts and they all want to receive in Bitcoin, then of course that's going to be an important consideration for you when you're choosing a provider. But as far as our plans, we're looking at it, but we don't have immediate plans for it. So I'm a user of Transferwise, and it's awesome. One question: why can't you do transfer same currencies? For example, USD to USD. We actually do. We do support same currency transfers. We don't support every single route. I can't remember off the top of my head which ones we do support, but definitely check our website. We do have the ability to transfer via same currency. It was something that was very popular, surprisingly popular feature that we actually put in place, and we support that in batch payments as well. So you can use same currency. How do you deal with local employment taxes? So this was one I wanted to touch on, but the problem with taxes is it's such a wide-reaching subject, and payment's only a very small part of that. So for ourselves, we have offices around the world, so that kind of gives us a bit of an advantage when it comes to taxation because we already have that. I don't have any simple answers for people who are looking into it, but I have been told that there are accountants and people who do actually operate in this sort of field. So definitely worth looking into that if when you're serious in that sort of area. Are there any tax implications to the Borderless account for banking regulation purposes? Where is the money held? Okay, so with that one. The money is actually held within, so we use the same platform for Borderless that we do for standard transfers. So we have domestic bank accounts across the world, and we have liquidity in all those bank accounts. And so our Borderless system effectively allows us to very quickly be able to negotiate those transfers between these bank accounts. I think on our website we actually have a bit more detail on that, which would be well worth checking out. But that's kind of the basics of it. As far as what kind of implications there are, I'm not sure whether I could give you a straight answer on that straight away, but definitely check on the website and see what if you have concerns about that, to see what it has to say. How are you able to send transfers even faster than domestic transfers? What is your edge? So we don't send transfers faster than domestic ones, but we try to send them as fast as a domestic transfer. So we're constantly trying to find ways to make our transfers as fast as possible. And I suppose one of our advantages is because we're not using Swift to send the money over borders, we actually, we're a lot faster than international transfers. And that's the key bit. For domestic transfers, for local transfers, it's we're as competitive as a bank account on that, on speed on that. For corporate accounts, how far off are debit cards? So we're working on business debit cards at the moment. They're not out yet, but they're definitely very high on our list to support. We're gonna be rolling out fairly soon a first iteration on it, and we're going to be building on the support for that. So keep an eye out. Just watch our feed and our blog, and just see when it comes out. What was the most difficult country to support for Transferwise? So I work on the business side, so the currencies side of it is probably a little outside of my zone there, but I can say that we've had some countries that have been difficult. So, for example, we've become quite big in the US now, and we've had a lot of trouble supporting some of the demands on verification and how we handle that side of things. So, for example, like you have to in the US, you have to provide source of wealth whenever you're doing a transfer, and it's very painful for the people who are actually trying to send money with the US. And so I'd say that's one, but we have, I couldn't say which is our most difficult. We did have a lot of trouble in Singapore initially, but I think that kind of got solved by some changes to the legislation that I think we got involved in. How far off is the zero integration that's been announced? What features will be included? Yeah, we're pretty excited about the zero integration. So that's something that we're working towards at the moment. We're talking with Zero, and it's something that we're really keen to sort of get off the ground. But of course, we want to make sure that we do a proper solution that's going to be, is going to be reliable and people are going to really enjoy using. So we don't really want to fast track it and put something together that's not going to be very useful. That's cool. Okay, so that's everything. Thank you very much.